Washington State's Attorney General, Nick Brown, has joined forces with 20 other Democratic states in a legal battle to block President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at dismantling the Department of Education, DOE. The lawsuit, which was filed Monday, seeks to prevent the president's March 20 order from taking effect, pushing for a preliminary injunction. This legal move would temporarily halt the executive order, which proposes significant changes, including the elimination of the DOE and large-scale layoffs of its workforce. The stakes are high. Trump's directive suggests transferring some of the department's responsibilities, such as handling student loans and special education services, to other agencies. In fact, the Small Business Administration has already been tapped to manage student loans as part of this sweeping reform plan. Now, you might wonder, what's the impact on Washington and the rest of the nation? Well, according to Brown, these cuts and layoffs will directly harm students and families across the state. Our office will fight to defend the education and health of our students from President Trump's illegal order, he stated. But there's more to this. The layoffs have already begun to disrupt vital services. For example, the Office of Civil Rights, which investigates claims of discrimination and sexual assault in schools, has been shuttered. This is no small matter. Federal funding approvals for state schools are also facing significant delays. This lawsuit, filed by Brown and his fellow attorneys general, argues that Trump's executive order is illegal. Why? Because only Congress has the authority to dismantle or reorganize the Department of Education, not the president. In other words, the legal grounds for these actions are being called into question. Interestingly, GOP lawmakers have also introduced legislation to eliminate the DOE, but it hasn't made much progress in Congress yet. So, what does all this mean for the future of education in the United States? Is this just a political tug-of-war, or will these actions ultimately reshape how education is managed at the federal level? As this legal battle unfolds, the consequences could be far-reaching. If successful, this lawsuit could preserve the Department of Education's role and ensure that its essential services continue. It's clear that the fight over education policy is far from over, and it will undoubtedly remain a central issue in the coming months. What do you think? Should the DOE be preserved as it is, or is it time for a major overhaul in how education is managed in the U.S.?